Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the IR Guys. Today we're going to be talking about the AFC West, and we'll go alphabetically as always, and we'll start with the Denver Broncos.
Yeah, so with the Broncos' first pick, it was the 9th overall pick, they took Pat Surtain, which admittedly surprised me a little bit on draft night. I don't dislike the pick. They picked him over Justin Fields, which is obviously going to be the big story there.
Yeah, he's a corner. Good corner, the best corner in the draft.
He is the best corner in the draft. But, yeah, I mean...
I don't really think it's a need for us.
Yeah.
But it will be kind of in the future.
It will be in a couple of years. Or in like a year.
Yeah. It'll be a pretty big need next year.
Yeah, because we have some cap issues.
Callahan will be up, won't he? And so will Kyle Fuller.
Yeah, so that's two, possible Pro Bowl tight ends, corners that you're going to have to pay, in addition to Bradley Chubb and Cortland Sutton.
Well, you don't have to play Bradley Chubb yet. If
his
cap
hit he'll want an extension. His cap hit won't happen, but you have to factor that in.
Yeah.
The other guys that are getting the multi-year deals. But yeah, I mean, it's a good pick. He's really good.
Just another value thing.
Yeah.
Or bigger need at quarterback. I mean, the only position of need for the Broncos going into the draft, I feel like, was quarterback.
Yeah. And Justin Fields was sitting right there. I don't want Mac Jones. He might be good, but
yeah, I didn't want Mac.
I think Justin Fields is going to be really, really good. And I was so excited for Justin Fields.
But Surtain could be their number one corner for a while.
He could be excellent. I mean, he is excellent. Just like when you watch him, he's not flashy at all. He just wins battles, and just except for a couple. There's a great film review where he basically, if he gets his hands on you at the line of scrimmage, he'll lock you up. But if you can sort of create separation instantly, then he's going to have a tough time getting back and trying to stop you.
Yeah, but I think he's going to be a great corner because of his how technical he is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He may not be an athletic freak, which is why
he's still pretty athletic.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
But he's not.
He's not like J.C. Horn.
Yeah, which is why I think J.C. Horn was picked ahead of him, just because of that.
Yeah.
But Surtain, I think pretty much everyone will agree, is going to be a better corner.
Yeah.
It's just he doesn't really have the upside that J.C. Horn might.
For
but
sure.
I don't think J.C. Horn
for sure
is going to hit that.
Yeah. I mean, again, you're it's like with J.C. Horn, it's the same with Caleb Farley. J.C. Horn is better now than Caleb Farley is, but you're betting on potential. You're betting on youth and athleticism. Whereas Surtain, he's still young. I think he's only 21 or maybe 22, but because he's a true junior. But I guess you're still betting on potential, but you're also getting a lot. You know exactly what you're getting. It's a really safe.
Yeah, he'll translate to the NFL.
Exactly, and apparently all of the players during OTAs have, and part of that could be that they're just saying, oh yeah, we like him just because he's our first round pick, and we have to say that we like him, but they all say that they have really been impressed by him so far. So
that's good.
That is good.
Yeah, Vaughn seemed to.
Yeah.
Think he's that dude, is what he said. I think.
Yeah. Champ Bailey said he's like a future Hall of Famer.
Yeah. Isn't he already in there?
No, not Champ Bailey.
Probably
Champ
said
Bailey
that about him.
That about Pat Surtain, which again, he hasn't even played a snap, so take that how you want to, but I'd love to see it happen, obviously.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah,
that's what a lot of people have been saying. Is the next Champ Bailey.
Yeah, which I will take.
Yeah.
Champ Bailey was very good at football.
Then the Broncos pick Devonte Williams, or they trade up 5 picks or 6 picks.
Yeah, they leapfrog the Dolphins
to get up to pick 35 to pick Devonte Williams, running back out of North Carolina.
Wait, what'd you give the Surtain pick?
Are we going to grade that?
Yeah, I say we grade everyone.
I'll go B plus.
Yeah, I think at lowest it's a B plus, just because he's going to be good at highest. It's an A, and that's if Justin Fields is bad.
I really think,
which he won't be, so it's probably a B plus.
I think he picked him just because he's the safest.
Yeah, which I mean,
And I don't think he wanted to mess up his first draft.
yeah, which is fair. I
Yeah,
mean,
he's stuck with
But
his
it's still
team.
annoying that he didn't go Fields, in my
yeah,
opinion.
yeah, I agree. I wanted Fields, and I watched so much film on Fields going in, and I was just so excited about him.
I feel like it would have been safer for him to pick a quarterback anyway. Because
Yeah,
the
but
fans would have been on his
If
side.
the
And,
quarterback sucks, then
Yeah.
he's out in 2 years versus.
well, I mean,
And it's bold picking a Ohio State
I don't think.
quarterback.
I think everyone would appreciate him taking a shot on a quarterback, and then
That's true.
the excuse would come in if Justin Fields or the quarterback he picked didn't pan out. I feel like he'd still have a job. But
Yeah, I guess what it does also show, and we may get to this a little later too, is the Broncos seem to have a lot of faith in Drew Lock this offseason. Like they've been really,
yeah, they're saying all the same stuff they did last year, like, oh, he's been
yeah.
working out with Peyton Manning, and
But also it's like a new regime, like, or new
Yeah.
management, so maybe because they don't have the same stake in Drew Lock that like Elway did, which I guess he's still there, but you know Peyton doesn't have to keep Lock.
yeah.
He wouldn't feel bad necessarily about getting rid of Lock, so maybe he enjoys it. I don't know, but Devonte Williams,
Oh yeah, back to
Yeah.
Devonte.
Yeah.
Great running back.
yeah,
Just
They really wanted him, I know.
yeah, he's gonna. He's a guy. He doesn't have like any tread on his tires really.
yeah.
And he's a really good
He's-
pass.
He's not
Good in pass
yeah.
protection.
He's not a full-time starter, so he shared the backfield at Carolina with Michael Carter.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, back to like no tread. I mean I like that a
Yeah.
lot, and he's a very physical runner.
Yeah, you're not getting an SEC running back.
He
who's, like,
breaks
you know,
tackles. I think
just for
yeah.
a ridiculous amount of snaps already and already hurt.
he's kind of
He's new. He's fresh.
reminds me a little bit of Nick Chubb.
Yeah, yeah. He's a really good power runner,
Yeah.
and just, but he can catch too, which
Yeah.
I guess Nick Chubb can in some cases, but not often.
I think Devonte Williams will probably be the starting running back for the Broncos within the first 5 weeks.
Yeah, I would be
Really?
surprised.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think his upside is just so much more than Melvin Gordon's.
Yeah, they're paying Melvin $9 million a year.
So
just for this year though.
I don't take that into account.
I don't think after week 5 they'll just start playing Javonte.
I think it'll be
Why?
a committee, but
Yeah, I think it'll be a committee, and
I think Javonte will still be the
Yeah,
starter.
I think
agree with
Really?
you on
I think
that.
he'll get more snaps, but
I don't think he'll get more snaps until the end of the year, like maybe something like Cam Akers situation or something.
why?
Why?
Just because Melvin's making $9 million?
Well, I don't think Melvin's bad in the first place.
No, he's
I
not
mean, he
bad.
put up good numbers last year.
Javonte's better, and they're picking.
No, we don't know. We don't know Javonte's better yet, technically,
That's true.
because he hasn't been in the NFL. We don't know how he's gonna do. So, I think he'll start maybe week late in the season. Javonte will take over, but for now, it's Melvin's show to lose. It's his job.
Yeah,
Maybe it's closer than people think.
we'll see what happens in camp too.
That's the thing.
'cause-
people say that, but how do we know it's closer than people think? Because we can look at their highlights and we can look at
Yeah,
the
we
tape.
can
but-
predict Devonte Williams' season. Just because he hasn't played a game doesn't mean we can't like evaluate him.
Yeah, no, we
Say
can
that.
evaluate him, but we really don't have that big of an idea how he's gonna do.
Fair.
Okay.
We'll know a lot more in July though, which is also obviously that doesn't help us now, but you know who's getting first team reps.
Yeah,
from
that'll
camp.
be big.
Yeah.
And if they split them, which sometimes they do, I know they did that with quarterbacks.
I just think with Devonte Williams, they have a lot more options.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I think he's definitely a lot better.
And he
in
doesn't have the
passing
fumble
game.
concerns that
Yeah.
Melvin does.
Yeah, he doesn't have the fumble
I feel like
But he
Melvin
can't.
has to run in between the tackles. Devonte
Can get
can do
outside.
anything.
Yeah, he's not. He doesn't have breakaway speed, but you know that's fine.
I mean, everyone forgets what Melvin Gordon did last year. I mean, Melvin Gordon was hurt for like what 2 games.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's a bad running
And
back.
he had to share it with Philip Lindsay, and he was 14 yards away from a 1,000-yard season. He averaged 4.6 yards a carry. He had 9 touchdowns, 32 receptions for 160 yards, and a touchdown in the air as well. So those are solid stats, especially if you're sharing a backfield with someone.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Melvin Gordon's been that dude for a long time. I don't think he's gonna lose his job easily within the first 5 weeks. It's just my opinion.
Yeah, well, that's fair. I definitely see it being a committee for a bit. I agree that he'll come out starting, but again, we'll know a lot more in July. That'll be sort of a
Yeah.
real kicker. Obviously, OTAs don't help us
And trading
Just-
up to pick a running back at 35, I mean,
Yeah,
I think you're showing that,
I mean, that's the third pick in the second round.
yeah, it's
so
a high pick.
It's basically a first rounder.
Pretty
Um,
close to one, yeah.
You know, I know the Broncos had a few. They said on day 2 that there were like 3 or 4 guys that they still had first round grades on. Obviously, Devonte was one of them. They traded up to get him, and I think either Baron Browning or Quinn Miners was another. They didn't specify who because they didn't want to make the other feel bad, but I think they said we got 2 of the. On day 3, we got 2 guys that, or day 2, we got 2 guys that still had first round grades, and so I that's interesting. But yeah, I guess next pick would be number 98
in the third round.
Quinn Miners, the center from Wisconsin Whitewater. It's really, I mean, not that we're filming this, but I was really hoping that my shirt would be here by today, so I could wear it.
Yeah.
But
What does it say? Like, let out the gut?
it says belly of the beast.
Belly of the beast. Yeah.
Yes,
I like this pick a lot.
I do too.
I think he's probably better than Lloyd Cushenberry.
Yeah, but he can play guard too.
Yeah.
Like if
I just don't see. I mean,
Cush improves, then you can throw him into guard. I know
guard's
you're playing
pretty
Glasgow a
clogged
lot,
for
but
us. We have
it
a lot
is.
of
We
good
have a lot of
guards.
guards.
So I
Glasgow's gone. I mean, this is another pick though, where it's like, I think Peyton's like, all right, I'm betting that some of the veterans that we have will be gone
yeah, but
next year.
doesn't Glasgow have 3 years left?
I don't think I can look it up, but
Or was this his second year with us? Or his first?
this is his second year.
Oh, maybe he's got 1 left.
I think
or
he had
2.
was it either 2 or 3 year contract. But geez, 4-year, $44 million contract.
Yeah, so he's got 3. left?
But I wonder how many of those are guaranteed.
It's a bad contract.
It is. It's only we can get out of it in 2022 with $6 million in dead cap. So not that bad, but not ideal. But yeah, I mean, just another pick like Surtain, or I guess like Devonte, if you think about it, where they're sort of betting that okay, the veterans are going to be gone, and we're going to have to build this team.
Yeah.
So it's another pick where it's like, okay, yeah, we have a lot of people at that position, which seems sort of counterintuitive, but do we have them for long? Not necessarily. So I like that pick,
Yeah,
and he's good.
Yeah. He mauled people at the Senior Bowl.
Yeah, that was
Which
fun
is
to
what you
watch.
like to watch. Yeah. Which is the point of the Senior Bowl for Division 3 players like him to
That's his one.
get a platform.
Yeah, exactly. That's his one spot to showcase.
Yeah, and he took advantage of it.
He
And
really did.
that's why he got picked in the top 100 picks.
Yeah.
Then later on in the same round, the Broncos picked Baron Browning,
Yep.
linebacker of Ohio State. I'm
He's good.
shocked he was still available
I
here.
know. So I was just looking at the linebackers that were picked ahead of him, and just a few in the between, because you have your like, okay, that makes sense. You have like your Mike Parsons, Aiden Collins, Jimmy Davis, Koromoa, all those guys that were picked in like the high top 2 rounds, and then after that, sort of the guys that are picked ahead of Browning. You have Joseph Osai, who I don't think is that good. Chaz Surratt, another guy I'm iffy on. Monty Rice, Pete Werner, Ernest Jones.
Pete Werner
then-
is a crazy one to pick ahead of him.
Yeah, because he's
In the same
worse.
college,
I know.
too,
So
which is
like you
weird.
can compare the two pretty easily. Browning is definitely better
Yeah.
than Werner.
Browning's also, I like how versatile he is.
Yeah, he's a freak athlete.
Like, I think right now they're planning on, or they're having him start on the inside, right?
I think so. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I think he'll end up as an edge guy though.
I don't want him to end up as a
Yeah, I'd prefer that he's on the inside.
Yeah, I don't
think
want
Vi-
him.
I think
he
Vic
will, though.
has a
Vic-
history of putting people as he tries them out at both, and then they don't get a good feel for inside linebacker, and then they just become an outside linebacker, and they don't do too well.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
so I know a lot of people were worried about that Vic was going to do that with Baron Browning, but he said he's keeping an inside linebacker for
That'd be
now, which
awesome.
is huge.
That'd be awesome. Yeah. I mean, He's 6'3", 240. He's the build that you want.
He's
out
very
of
athletic.
Super athletic. He's the build that you want out of sort of the modern inside linebacker, like your Devin White or your Roquan Smith kind of thing.
I mean, yeah, if you look
really
around,
good. Or could be really good.
yeah, a lot of people say that this was our best pick.
Yeah, I
of the
don't.
draft.
Probably the best value pick.
Yeah, that or Jamar
Yeah,
Johnson.
never mind.
We'll do that, yeah.
That's
But
I've seen some mixed feelings about Jamar Johnson.
I don't.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah, we will.
But I like this pick. This is an A+ pick.
Yeah, the next linebacker taken after Browning was Jabril Cox, but I still think Browning has that's one where he has more potential.
Yeah.
And Cox is older too. I think he's already 23 or almost 24 because he's a 4th or 5th year guy. He went to LSU for his senior year, but yeah, I think that was a really good pick. As Sean was saying, he's super athletic. He was like a 9.98. Maybe it was I think it was a 9.98 on the relative athletic score thing. So
I think he's really good for like a 53-man roster because
Yeah.
you can take one less edge rusher.
yeah,
And he can do both.
Exactly, and you can put him on special teams.
Yeah,
'Cause
he can hit all three. Yeah.
Yeah, so great pick there. I'd give that a.
I'll go A
Yeah, I'm
or
trying-
A+. There's
honestly,
really nothing I'd rather him do.
Yeah, I was trying to decide between an A or an A+. Honestly, I'd do an A+. I love that pick.
Then they picked Caden Stern, safety out of Texas.
Yep.
Kind of a weird pick, especially because they took him ahead of Tamar Johnson, who they later picked. But
And
they
there
still
were
got him.
other safeties that I think were
Yeah.
better at that point. I guess they like him. He was really good his freshman year at Texas, and then he got hurt and he sort of disappeared for a little bit. I don't know. I mean,
High upside, maybe.
yeah,
He
and
can
then
get back
at
to
worst
him.
he'll be a great special teams player just because he's a good
Yeah.
athlete and he's a hard worker. But he's got some tackling problems, which I guess Vic can coach. Vic's good at that, but he definitely needs some work when he's tackling. Another one though, where I think that there's just better people available behind him that you could have done Jamar Johnson there.
Hufanga, Talanoa Hufanga.
Yeah, Nasir Al-Din, the guy from Florida that went to the Jets later on. Israel Mukuamu. I guess he's not a safety per se, but yeah, I don't know.
I think he's, or what I've heard, is some people like him is because he's got a lot of potential apparently.
Yeah.
And I think he's gonna come in and just be a solid special teamer for
Yeah.
a while.
Which
He's
again-
gonna be a really good special teamer.
Again, if that's all you're getting that's not bad at all. So
Alright, then they take another safety, Jamar Johnson, who I like a lot.
yeah,
I think he's going to be the replacement to K-Jack
yeah.
when he leaves next year.
The only
He's
guy to
great.
pick off Justin Fields twice in college.
Yeah. I don't understand at all how he fell to the 5th round. I thought he'd be gone at the very latest by like 3.
But yeah,
He was very good, I think.
definitely better than. I mean, again, if you look at the safeties that went before him, Tyreek he's okay, but Michael Carter out of Duke, I think went before. Yeah, he was big. 164. So yeah, Michael Carter from Duke. Derek Forrest went the pick before him.
Jeez.
He's
And
not
Caden
better.
Stearns, too.
Yeah, it's like there's no reason he should have fallen that far. I don't love him personally
I
just
like
as a
him.
player, but I could definitely see why people do, and I can absolutely see the value in taking him where they did. Because if he works out, it's an awesome pick. If he doesn't work out, you didn't really spend much on him. It's kind of fifth round
Yeah.
pick, and it wasn't even your pick. It was the Chicago's pick.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's a great pick, just from a value and like possibility standpoint, regardless of what you think of the player.
And then they get wide receiver Seth Williams out of Auburn in the 6th round. Special teamer here.
Yeah, he's big.
He's good.
I mean,
Nick likes him.
I love Seth Williams.
And then the next pick you also love,
I like
Kerry
this one
Vinson
too.
Jr.
That's an amazing pick right
Yeah,
there.
in the 7th. It's ridiculous.
That's crazy. I don't know how he fell that far.
He's got some like, he's very raw. He's so fast.
He's insanely fast. And when he was playing, he played really well. I
Yeah,
saw something.
yeah.
He had like a
He's
really
a,
low.
He's a slot corner. You can't put him outside. He's a lot
Yeah,
like
you can't put him.
Sean Wade from Ohio State, but he's better than Sean Wade.
Really?
This year he was, yeah.
Oh.
Or maybe he opted out, but
He opted out this year.
he was better. He wasn't better than Sean Wade when they played in the same year, but I think he has more potential than Sean Wade. Like we saw how bad Sean Wade.
Where did he
could be.
get picked?
He was late.
Or what team?
I think he went to.
'Cause he screwed himself by
he
playing.
Really did. He should have.
He probably would have been a first round pick if he
For
didn't
sure.
play.
Yeah, he was great. I think he was an All-American with Sean Wade. Went 160 in the 5th round to the
Wow.
Ravens.
Ugh.
But he was so bad this year. I guess we'll get to that in the Ravens episode. But he was bad. Like he was one of the worst corners in all of college.
I know, which is crazy.
Yeah, because he was coming off like an All-American season. It's really wild.
Then the Broncos, after Kerry Vinson, picked Jonathan Cooper, edge out of Ohio State, another Ohio State player.
This could be a really good one.
Yeah, he already didn't he just get like a heart surgery?
I think that was Marky Spencer, or was that Jonathan Cooper?
He might have. Something's going on with Jonathan Cooper. So I think he's got some kind of thing going on.
Let's see. Marky Spencer. It might have been Jonathan Cooper. Let's see. Either way, he's a good leader. He's a nice guy. I don't know how much that'll help because he's a 7th round pick, but this sort of reminds me, and I know it's the same school and like same position, so that's probably why it's reminding me of it. But this reminds me a lot of the Draymond Jones pick, where he's like overshadowed by the talent around him, but he was doing a lot of the work and like he was pretty productive for the amount of like time that he got. Like Draymond Jones was really good for Ohio State, but they had Nick Bosa and Chase Young, so none of what Draymond Jones did got any coverage because everyone was focused on those other guys. This reminds me a lot of Jonathan Cooper, where he's just got so much stuff around him going on that people sort of forget about him, and I think it could be a really good pick. Is it him that had the heart?
Jonathan Cooper, yeah.
Yeah. So if that gets resolved, which I don't see why it wouldn't be. That's it.
Yeah, probably why he fell.
Yeah, I don't think you can go wrong with picking a Ohio State D lineman.
Yeah,
late in the
seriously.
draft.
They seem to know what they're doing.
Yeah,
and developing.
exactly.
And then Marky Spencer, sort of the one guy I don't really know anything about. He's big. He's really big. 6'4", 300 pounds. I've heard he's, got good potential as a depth piece. So I guess, you can't go wrong there.
Yeah, I don't know if he'll make the team.
Probably not.
Because we loaded up on edge.
Yeah, he could be a practice squad guy too.
Yeah.
Or camp body. I don't know.
Any UDFAs?
Yeah, they had a few that I like. Not as many as, annoyingly, the Chiefs. The Chiefs had a really good. We'll get to that, but they got Warren Jackson, who's a receiver from Colorado State. A lot of people thought he was going to be a 6th round or 7th round guy. He's huge. I think he's like 6'6". So he's really athletic, and he's got like good. He's just not physical. He's like, that's his issue. It's like he's got every intangible that you want. He's got good catching ability, decent speed, but he's not very intense. So if like you can switch that on in him, and maybe like getting to the NFL is what he needs, then this could actually be kind of an interesting one. We're so deep at receiver that it would be tough to get him reps, but I don't know. We'll see what happens during camp and free agency, because that's his one chance really. If he doesn't shine, he's going to get cut. He might get picked up by someone else, but
Gotta be better than Kendall Hinton.
Yeah, probably. And then there's this guy Andre Mincy who's an edge rusher from Vanderbilt. And the Broncos really seem to like him. They gave him a bit more money. And I don't know if it was substantially more, but when you're talking about contracts of undrafted guys, they're usually pretty small. So even a tiny increase in payment for a UDFA is kind of a big deal. But they paid him a little bit more, so they really seem to like him. He's another sort of just leader that is really raw and needs to be developed, which again Fangio can do, but he sucks in pass coverage. It's kind of funny. Every review I've read of him, because there isn't much film on him, it's just like, don't put him into pass coverage because he will be a problem. So I guess if you have him as a pure edge rusher, he's going to be fine, but the lack of versatility is probably why he fell. So that's it for the UDFAs there.
Their off-season. So their big stuff, didn't re-sign Jarrell Casey. Didn't re-sign AJ Bouye.
Didn't we cut both of them?
Oh yeah, we cut both of them. We got Kyle Fuller for $9.5 million a year.
Great.
For 1 year.
Just 1 year, yeah. But
Teddy
still great.
Bridgewater for 1 year. He's getting paid $11.5 million, but I believe we're only paying 4 of that, so that's a good deal.
Mm-hmm.
We got re-signed Justin Simmons, highest safety
No, I don't know about that.
in the NFL right now.
Really?
Yeah,
I like him. I don't like.
Yeah,
giving him
I
that.
don't think he's worth as much as he got.
I don't know about that.
I don't
love him.
I don't think he's as
I don't
good
think we
as
could have
people
lost
say.
him though. I don't think he's
He's-
worth that much money, but I think we had.
Yeah,
to,
we
man.
couldn't afford to lose him.
I don't think we could have lost him.
I agree that he's not great in like single coverage.
Yeah, I think-
if you stick him in,
I think
But-
he's kind of a product of Vic.
he's so good, just like ranging around.
It's going to be a contract that probably ends up biting us.
Maybe, I don't know.
If Vic leaves, I think he's probably
That's true, because he was not great with Vance
Yeah.
Joseph. But again, Vance Joseph
is a
has
terrible
no clue
coach.
how to
Yeah.
use.
I know,
versatile,
yeah, like
dynamic
Isaiah
players.
Simmons.
Isaiah Simmons was not great last year.
That's crazy that he ruined Isaiah Simmons.
And they're going to get Zaven Collins now. And
Yeah,
ruin
I don't-
him too.
He should be fired.
He really should.
Yeah, man.
He's not
They have a
good
lot of
coach.
talent on their D, and their
He
D
is
is
not.
terrible.
I mean, Buda Baker, I guess, is the one that he's been able to use, but I don't even think he uses Buda Baker.
He's used
correctly.
differently than Justin Simmons, though.
Yeah.
He's more of a like a
he's
strong.
more of a classic
Yeah.
hitter safety, which I
Yeah.
think is why that he's
Justin
been
Simmons
okay,
just kinda like-
because Vic Fangio knows how to
yeah.
use that. He's like, okay, this is the basic thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I like the Simmons contract, but I guess I could see it
Right.
bite us.
What else did they acquire?
They got a few they got Bobby Massey after Juwan James went down,
Yeah.
$2.5 million.
It's a pretty good contract.
They got that interior defensive lineman, Shamar Stephen from the Vikings.
Vikings.
Have you talked about Darby yet?
No, I haven't gotten there yet. We got Cameron Fleming, right tackle. Elijah Wilkinson left. We-signed Shelby Harris, which is huge. We got Ronald Darby, $10 million a year. I think that's steep for 3 years
Yeah.
from Washington. I don't think we need that, especially with
They can-
Ojemudia
Picking Sertan.
Yeah, it's a
and
weird.
Sertan. It's a weird cornerback. Like,
Yeah,
I
it's-
think he'll be gone before 3 years, though. They'll get out of that
Really.
unless he's
well, it's
good. But I don't.
He's not worth $10 million.
Yeah,
a
he's
year.
overpaid.
I don't know why we paid him that much. I think
He had a good year with Washington, but I don't think it warranted $10 million.
That was such a good defense too.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see.
yeah.
um,
Then Nick Vannett left, Jeff Driscoll left, Jeremiah Tachi left. We did not re-sign DeMar Dotson. Will Parks went to the Chiefs. DeMarcus Walker went to the Texans. Didn't re-sign Sylvester Williams.
So
we got Mike Boone too.
I think the biggest move.
Yeah, we lost Joe Jones.
Biggest move is George
Mike
Payton.
Lost Philip Lindsay and we got Mike Boone.
Mike Boone's interesting.
Yeah, that was
I kind of like him.
really.
He has like 3 snaps.
Yeah,
He's
has
played,
one.
but-
He had one game where he went crazy though. I think he had like 160 yards that game.
Mhm.
But he's, I don't know.
We'll see on that one. But
I wish
he's a depth piece.
Should we-
because
should we-
What?
Oh, go ahead.
I wish we kept Philip Lindsay instead of Mike Boone because they're making around the same. Just knowing that Shermer and Philip Lindsay didn't like each other. But, it's not that big. Running back isn't, especially after getting Devonte. We're fine.
Yeah. So what do you grade the draft?
My bias says A, but I think it's an A minus.
Yeah, I say A minus.
I'm also A minus.
The Broncos, so
Just,
yeah.
just because of the first round pick, I feel like.
Yeah.
If you
Surtain.
stuck Justin Fields in there.
Yeah, but
An A, I think.
Yeah.
it's just value wise, especially because it's a quarterback.
Yeah.
It means a lot more.
Yeah. I mean, again, Surtain could be great, and then it doesn't matter. If you get him at 9.
If
or-
Surtain's a
Yeah,
whole thing.
but if
But
Fields is good, then it's
then
still no matter how good.
yeah.
No matter how good
Yeah.
Surtain is, it's not
For
justified.
sure, for sure.
Unless we get A-Rod.
That's true. If we get A-Rod.
Yeah.
I don't think we'd, and I know that people are speculating that we'd throw in Surtain if we got A-Rod, but from just listening on how Peyton talks about Surtain, I don't think he's going anywhere.
Yeah.
So if we get A-Rod, it'll be for a whole nother group of people.
So the Broncos had the 11th best draft based on the composite
Really?
media.
That low?
I thought it would be higher.
I did too. The lowest grade was a C
Oh.
from Danny Kelly at The Ringer, who also said that I'm trying to find one to trash him on. He actually did okay.
I wonder how he justified that.
Yeah, I know. I can see the
I don't know.
first pick.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Probably the first pick.
And
Probably
now
just
you didn't
weighs
pick
it. Yeah,
Justin
he weighs it
Fields.
really.
And he
heavy.
probably, I know some people aren't big on trading up for running backs.
Yeah. Our best grade was an A plus from NBC Sports. Who again, the interesting thing is he was the harshest grader of the drafts, and he only gave out 3 A pluses, which actually a lot of people didn't give out any A pluses, but he had the lowest average grade that he gave out by a pretty good amount. So I don't know. That's just kind of interesting, but yeah.
Record predictions?
We have an easy schedule.
I think if we get A-Rod, it changes a lot. But
It
right
does.
now, I think 9 and 8.
I think, yeah.
I go
think
8 and 9.
I'd honestly be inclined. I keep, I give us 10 wins every year, but I'd go 10 and 7. Just 'cause the
Everything's
schedule's so
there.
easy.
Everything's there
know.
except quarterback.
We're still
and if
so
Drew Lock
young
is
though.
good.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a big
I
fat
could-
if.
yeah.
Apparently, I
Or
don't know
Teddy
if
B.
you've been keeping up with
Not
OTAs.
even.
Have you guys been keeping up with OTAs? Broncos
A little
OTAs?
bit, not much.
Well, have you seen those episodes of behind
I haven't. I've been wanting to
with
watch those.
George Payton? Those are fun. Those are
fun,
cool.
yeah. I'll check
But
it out.
apparently Drew Lock has a new mindset this year. So
Yeah, I've been
Yeah,
hearing
they
that a
always
lot.
say
yeah, I know they always say that. But even in his press conference, he just seemed.
Yeah, I agree.
He looked. Did you watch his press conference?
I think
He
he's
was
angry.
He looked angry.
I think
he
he's-
was mad. He has a chip on his shoulder now. I think,
One
which
of
I
the-
like.
One of the things that I saw that was funny was we've been hearing all offseason that he's been working out with Peyton Manning and stuff, and then they released like a
Yeah.
thing where it was like,
Only 8 hours.
it's like 9 to 10 hours of film study. Like that's
In
not
total,
much
I
in
was
the
like,
last
whoa.
4 months.
But I think he's been doing a lot of. He does. Like I agree with.
Well, I don't
Mike.
think
He
I
looks
don't
like a
think he-
demon, or he's angry.
Yeah, he looks
he's definitely got a
very
chip on
angry.
his shoulder.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's different.
A
Yeah.
big
Which
one.
could mean that he's just gonna throw every deep ball available.
Could be like Baker.
Yeah, and I do believe he's been working out extensively this
Yeah,
offseason.
yeah.
Because he talked about his schedule where he just wakes up early.
Yeah.
And
Hopefully
film review
He's throwing
all
with
that stuff.
our receivers though.
Yeah, that's what I hope so too. Because I saw there's videos this offseason of Tua throwing to Jerry Jeudy and
Really?
yeah.
Interesting.
So,
Tua to Miami?
Tua is already in Miami.
Or wait, sorry.
Tua to Denver.
Judy to Miami?
No.
Tua to Denver?
No.
But who do you think has the starting job short of the season? Teddy or Drew?
Drew.
Yeah.
I think he could low-key could ball.
Also, what they're talking about OTAs is he's got more snap on the ball than Teddy, and Teddy's had a few miss.
Yeah, Teddy's just.
Except for then again, it's his first time new offense.
I don't. If
Yeah,
we
but
want to
Teddy's
win,
done that a lot.
I don't think we can
He's
start
done
Teddy
it.
and be
Successful.
good.
Yeah, we'll be average.
He'll just
The definition.
be a
of
game
The
manager.
thing is, if our defense is that good,
we can
they
still
could bring
win.
up to the point where
but
if
Drew,
we don't turn over the ball, then we could win
But Drew will be a big play guy that can
Yeah, I
help a
know.
lot, especially
But do we
with
need
playoffs.
a big play guy?
We
I
could do
think
like
we
what the
will.
Cowboys did in the '80s, where you put a different quarterback.
Yeah,
ahead
for
of
every-
the
Yeah, who's that? Staubach and
Staubach
one other
and-
guy.
I
What
think
was
it was
his name?
Gradishar for a brief bit.
The
And then they
linebacker?
traded us No, wait, who am I thinking of?
Bradshaw?
Goose.
Goose.
Who's the? He was a Broncos quarterback.
Bobby Brister.
No.
Do you know who Bobby Brister is?
Bobby Brewster?
No, Bobby Brister. He was always backup.
No.
Randy
I'm
Gradishar is a
thinking of Randy
linebacker.
Gradishar. Who's the? Okay. We're gonna pause. Sorry, Craig Morton, not Randy Gradishar.
I don't know what you were thinking there.
Craig
I don't know, 'cause
Morton.
I think his name is like right next to Craig Morton's on the Ring of
Oh,
Fame, so
yeah.
I always look over there. About the game, I don't know.
You're a simple-minded individual.
Clearly.
You're a simple-minded individual, Sean.
I've been told otherwise.
Craig Morton is who it was, I think.
I've been told.
Maybe it's Frank
Tripucka?
Tripucka.
Yeah, he was wet.
Could have been him too.
I think he's too old though. He's already.
I don't know.
I think Tripucka played way before that.
There was a quarterback for the Broncos a while ago that got traded to us from the Cowboys. That was in
Then maybe
that
it's Morton.
period where it was.
It's Morton then
It
probably.
probably was Morton.
Because Tripucka is too old.
Yeah, he was in the '60s. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, we've figured that out. That is the Denver Broncos draft and off season.
All right, with the second part on our fourth episode of the AFC West, we're going to be talking about the Kansas City Chiefs. And when they traded their first-round pick for Orlando Brown, and they plan on playing him at left tackle, right?
They are going to play the left tackle. Yes.
So I don't. Do you think he can play at left tackle and be like? I don't know.
I mean, he did it this year, right?
Yeah, I mean for a
Yes.
portion.
Yeah, and then he was like, "Oh, I don't want to go back to right tackle." So
That's why he got traded.
yeah, exactly.
I mean,
he's good.
Yeah,
Good.
but remember
He's a really
coming
great
out.
right tackle.
You remember how many reps he put up at 225 when he was at the combine?
I do not.
It was like 13 or something.
Really?
It might have been 8 actually, which is why he fell in the first place because he was supposed to be a first-round pick.
Huh.
And he fell to third because he could only bench. Hang on, I gotta look up the exact number. I don't even know if he got to double
Yeah.
digits.
But I mean, their other tackle, their right tackle, may as well just move him over to right tackle.
All right, he got 14 reps.
Their right tackle is Mike Remmers, or Lucas Niang.
But they cut both. Yeah, and Yang, I think it should probably be.
Probably
Yang.
will be the starter at some point.
But I mean, they cut both their tackles.
Yeah.
Who was it? Fisher and
Schwartz.
Yeah, Schwartz.
Schwartz.
That
is
one
the
kind of
Miller killer.
Did he tear his AC? What did
Yeah, Schwartz
do?
is the Miller killer.
Schwartz is just old, but
Yeah,
he's still
he's good. I think we should have picked him up.
I know.
Yeah.
Juwan James went down, but
He's a right tackle.
Instead
Von
of
Miller hates
Bobby
him.
Massey. I don't know much about Bobby Massey.
he's pretty
Do you?
good.
No.
He was pretty good on the Bears.
Was he?
Yeah.
I thought he was like a
I mean,
like a backup
no,
right tackle.
he started.
And the Bears don't know how to value talent, though, when they cut
Yeah.
people. So
Yeah,
he
that's
might be
true.
good.
Bears are terrible organization.
But
Anyway, they picked with their first pick. They get Nick Bolton in the second round.
Yeah.
We just explained why they didn't have a first round pick.
it's
I
a
like
good
this pick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Nick Bolton's good.
He's like a
Let's
he's
pick-
a really hard hitter.
That's right where I think he should have been picked.
Yeah.
It's a good name too, Bolton.
Yeah.
I like that. Bolt.
It's
Bolt on.
Yeah.
Oh, I like the first name personally.
I'm not a big fan.
Nick. Alright.
again. I actually think Baron Browning's better though.
Yeah, I
'cause he's
disagree.
More versatile.
Really?
But
I mean,
Nick Bolton's
sure
the
he's
guy
more
from
versatile.
Mizzou.
Bolton just hits people. He
Yeah,
hits
but
them
we
really
know
hard.
Bolton can play linebacker, inside.
Sure. But
I don't know if Baron Browning's a sure thing.
He's not gonna do much in coverage. He's usually okay, but
Who are the?
He's like an AJ Johnson. Alexander Johnson.
sure. Yeah, that's actually that's a good comparison.
I mean,
and if he's that, then
I don't know. Do you think he'll be that good?
No. I don't.
Because AJ Johnson.
But
AJ Johnson's
that's
pretty
just
good.
pro comparison, you know?
Yeah, I think that's fair.
That's who he can be.
I'm so happy that they didn't get Koromoa though.
yeah.
I would've
I
lost
thought they
my
were
mind
for one
if they
point.
were gonna get-
At one point.
if they got Koromoa.
I don't know why they
Well, they
didn't go. But
I mean, he went 6 picks before him.
if I were them, I would have traded up for that.
Honestly, yeah, he's a lot better than Nick Bolton, and
They picked. Remember they picked Willie Gay last year.
yeah,
Linebacker.
They love picking linebackers.
Yeah. So now it looks like their linebackers are Anthony Hitchens, Willie Gay, and Nick Bolton.
it's not bad.
Well, they needed it.
Still got Mahomes.
It's true. You do have
Yeah.
Mahomes.
Their next pick,
Luxurious
I
seed.
like him a
Creed
lot.
Humphrey.
I like Creed Humphrey a lot,
Yeah, probably, I'd say the best center in the draft.
which is really weird to me because
Not there,
according to their
Harrison.
depth chart, they got Austin Blythe starting over Creed Humphrey.
Yeah, Creed Humphrey will be the start.
He will?
I think so.
Yeah, me too. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah, no, just the ESPN
It
one.
just says that he's not, which is crazy.
He will before the season. I mean, it's just so early.
It's inevitable.
And they also paid big money for. Well, we'll get to that later. But,
They did pay a lot of money for Joe Tooney. Is it Tooney or Tooney?
Thuney.
it might be two. I don't know. I really don't know.
We'll go with Tooney.
Then they pick an edge rusher in the 4th round, no 3rd round pick. Joshua
Kane
Doe.
I like him.
Out of
I like
Florida
him a
State.
lot. He's a former 5-star recruit, which again doesn't mean much, but
Doesn't mean anything.
he went to Florida State. He's huge. He's 6'7", 265.
Yeah,
he's pretty funny to watch on tape because he's not that fast, but he just like collapses on people. Like he just comes in out of nowhere. He's so long and
Yeah.
big that he just sort of
Like Calais Campbell.
wallops him. Yeah, sure. Yeah, that's a decent. I don't think he's gonna be as good as Calais Campbell. He's pretty raw. Is the problem? He was not
Yikes.
developed well at Florida State, so he didn't produce much.
Their edge rushers are terrible.
Yeah, but
It's just Frank Clark and then Tim Ward is their
and
other
Frank
one.
Clark was not good last
Yeah,
year.
he had a bad year.
For the amount of money, he's like one of the highest paid edge rushers. But yeah, I mean, Kane
I'm not a big fan of their defense really.
No, it's-
I don't get it at
Of
all.
the Chiefs?
Yeah.
I mean, their safeties and Luxurious Sneed are good. But yeah, after that,
Yeah,
Chris
Jarius
Jones,
Sneed, I like him. And Hornthorne, that was good.
he's good.
Then they
Surprised the safeties.
Oh, they got DeAndre Baker, I forgot.
DeAndre Baker?
Yeah.
Oh.
But he'll probably end up in jail. Because I think he has
Wait, didn't they? I
'Cause
know one of them
remember
they
he-
cleared.
Oh,
they
that's
robbed
right.
the-
They
yeah.
robbed
No, but they
they were
cleared
at a
one of them. One of
party.
them didn't do it.
No,
maybe-
it's Quentin Dunbar who was like, yeah, I didn't do it.
Yeah, I think.
I thought one of them didn't.
I just
do
think
it.
that
He
DeAndre
did-
Baker
well,
hasn't been like on
Currently
trial
he's
yet.
absolved.
He hasn't been like convicted.
DeAndre
yet.
Baker hasn't?
I mean, if that works out, he's good.
Yeah, he is good. Former 1st round pick, very recently too.
Yeah,
like
that
2
was
years
That
ago.
was such a funny situation. I think they got like mad at. They were at like a dinner party with friends,
Didn't they rob like?
and then they just like robbed all the friends.
What the hell?
Took
Are
a
they?
bunch of watches
What are
and
they
stuff.
thinking?
Really weird situation.
Then the 5th round Chiefs get tight end Noah Gray out of Duke.
Yeah, not much here. He's
Just depth tight end behind
he's
Killa.
depth. Yeah, he's not gonna do anything. Fine.
Their next pick I actually do like. Cornell Powell.
Yeah, they did really well with these final two.
Yeah.
Clemson pick-
I don't, how the hell is Trey
sorry.
Smith available in the 6th round? That's crazy.
That's ridiculous. I was. Oh dear, yeah. But yeah, no, Cornell Powell. Pretty good.
I think he'll help them.
I do too, because
They
all they
lost-
have
they lost
need
Sammy
a,
Watkins,
exactly,
yeah.
and they need sort of a change of pace
Yeah.
receiver.
I think he fell this far because he's older.
Yeah, and
But
he's
he's good.
not great at like getting open and route running, but on that offense, everyone's focused
Yeah,
on
he'll be
Hill
open.
and Hardman, so he'll get open anyways.
Let's see where he is on their depth chart right now.
They have him
Like,
behind Byron Pringle, the second behind.
oh, they got Antonio Callaway.
They're just really going for the criminals.
Yeah, they're good. Yeah, they love their crime, man. Then they get Trey Smith, as we mentioned. He's
You got Tyreek Hill. You
great.
got
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Kareem Hunt briefly.
Yeah.
Obviously, but
He crossed the line.
he did cross the line.
And then they picked Trey Smith, who we talked about. Great pick.
Amazing. He's a first round value.
Yeah, he's very good.
He's so good at Tennessee.
Don't know how he fell.
He is, as a guard, he could be crazy. He fell because he has like a blood clot issue. But
Wow.
all of the doctors have cleared him. And
They stacked the interior of their line.
Yeah,
this
they-
year.
it's
Kyle Long as well. They brought him back, or out of retirement.
That's an excellent pick.
Oh, they have Prince Tega Onago.
Yeah. So
Oh my
they're
gosh.
starting their line next year could theoretically be Orlando Brown, Joe Thuney, Austin Blythe, or
No,
actually
Creed
Creed Humphrey,
Humphrey.
sorry,
Trey Smith.
Kyle Long, or Trey Smith.
No, Trey Smith. Kyle Long. I think you got to start Kyle Long.
I think
The veteran leadership in him.
Maybe
just-
I don't know.
No,
Lucas
get on the
Niang
bench.
on the right.
Just have him yell stuff from the bench. He's funny.
We
Not
should
gonna lie.
just slide him in on the end of the bench.
Yeah. What do you grade their draft?
Look at that. I mean, for the amount of
I'm gonna
picks
give
they
it a B
had, and
plus.
for the low.
Or an A
picks,
minus maybe.
I'll give him B plus.
Yeah, B plus.
I'd say A minus.
I think they did a
Just
great
'cause
job.
those late round, the Cornell Powell and Trey Smith.
Yeah, those
really
are slam
excellent.
Our
dunks.
first pick worries me.
Yeah, well, that's fair. They had some fantastic UDFAs, in my opinion. They had Shane Buechele.
The
for some
QB?
reason. Yeah, the QB from SMU. And they paid him a lot.
Maybe to be they're done. Who's their backup? Chad Henne?
Chad Henne and
They're done with Chad Henne.
Anthony Gordon also.
Get him out of there.
Probably.
Chad Henne's done?
They also have Jordan Tehamu, right?
Maybe. I don't. Or here,
The
let's
guy
see.
from the
No.
Oh,
the
Giambi?
AFL.
Their only other quarterback is Anthony Gordon.
So they must have cut Tehamu because he was like,
Yeah.
interesting.
Oh, they got Jarek McKinnon.
They do have Jared McKinnon, Darwin Thompson.
I love Jarek McKinnon.
Do you?
Yeah.
but
So that's part of the.
They got Shane Buechele. Maybe they're gonna try to like trade him away for picks.
I
That'd
don't.
be pretty funny. I don't know what the thought
What-
process
Maybe
is.
What
They-
pick was
again, they
the-
paid him a
practice
lot.
practice squad.
What
guy.
pick was the Nick Bolton pick?
That was number
58.
But yeah, no, Shane Buechele, really weird because he's not going to play. He might play. He'll play in camp, obviously. A lot of other teams wanted him.
Why would he decide to go to the Chiefs?
Yeah, it's they paid him a lot. So
Maybe he wants a
clearly they
Super
have
Bowl.
something in mind for him. But
Yeah.
like, I don't, it's so strange.
He wants the
Yeah.
ball. He's chasing.
He's chasing Brady's record.
Yeah, right off the bat.
Oh my gosh.
The Chiefs also got a lot of, and they did this last year with the draft. I don't know if it's like, it's obviously not a plan, but it is funny how it happens. But they got a lot of UDFAs with funny names. So they got DiCaprio Boodle.
Leonardo
They got
DiCaprio.
Marlon Character Jr.
Character?
Marlon Character spelled
Like character.
like character, yeah.
He must be quite the character.
He must be quite the character, exactly.
I would hope so.
Obviously, last year you get Prince Tiga Wanogo.
I like him.
You get
And they got Lucas Niang last year.
Legarius Sneed. That's not Bo Pete Keys. That's the one I was thinking of last year. Yeah, but anyways, yeah, that's the big notable one. They also got Malik Herring, who is a defensive end from Georgia. So another,
Georgia
edge
defensive
guy. He fell too. A lot of people thought he would get drafted. He fell due to some health reasons, but again, he's been cleared. It's like
Yeah.
Trey Smith, where everyone's cleared him, but yeah. I mean, he tore his ACL, but like he'll be back, and he's not going to play this year anyways. But
Would they,
it's not like an especially bad ACL thing.
yeah.
That would
I don't know, yeah.
cause him to fall out of the draft. I don't know.
What free agents did they bring in, Nick?
They're
We know
free-
Joe Tooney, or
Joe
Tooney.
Yeah, they got in $16 million a year.
I think they paid him way too much.
31.8
I don't think
guaranteed.
you can pay a guard that much money
Yeah.
justifiably, especially when they're going to be having cap trouble for the next 15 years.
And you drafted Trey Smith. Obviously,
Yeah.
they didn't know that they were going to do that.
I know, but
like,
still, I mean,
yeah, you could start him sooner than 5 years from now, and you're
Yeah.
still paying him $60 million a year.
yeah.
They
Also gave up a lot for Orlando Brown, and I feel like he's less solidified of a left tackle as people think. Like it's not a slam dunk that he's going to be good.
yeah,
And they gave up quite a bit for him.
Yeah.
they did. They lost Eric Fisher. They
That's
signed.
huge. Not Eric, sorry, Mitchell Schwartz.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mitchell Schwartz still hasn't been signed by anyone. They signed Jared Reed, Seahawks, gave him $5.5
If
million.
Andrew
a year.
Whitworth
Oh,
can,
he's good.
Yeah, he is good. I like that.
That's a good pick,
Lost Sammy Watkins. Re-signed Daniel Sorensen, dirty player. Dirty.
like dirty, like good, or dirty, like bad.
Like bad.
Well, like a
Like-
cheap player.
Yeah, cheap player.
Cheap, yeah.
You see him in the piles at the end of stuff, he's always grabbing their running back's ankles and twisting them.
So
He's a dirty man.
he's playing the
He's
game.
he's good,
He is good.
especially for 2.4 million.
Wow.
I know, nothing. It's crazy.
How did
a year?
He must really want to win.
I think he wants to stay there.
Yeah, I think he really
He
would.
could probably get like 7
What I thought was interesting is it doesn't look like they
per year.
doesn't look like they re-signed Rashad Breeland.
They did not.
Rashad Breeland?
I think he's
Rashad.
still a free agent.
Yeah, he is.
Rashad
Which is
Breeland. Another
odd.
nice name, Rashad Breeland.
Yeah,
Well,
they
he's
got these-
not bad.
Oh, the Bears have interest.
Okay.
He's still unsigned.
They lost Damian Williams.
Oh, but they still got Tommy Townsend.
Signed Mike Hughes.
We love Tommy Townsend.
Re-signed Demarcus
Best
Robinson.
hair.
Yeah. He's got some luscious locks.
Oh, and they got
Spent a little extra on shampoo.
they got
in
the
facility.
Philly. They got Philly Willie.
Yeah.
Will Parks decided to
Him
jump
and-
ships
him and
again.
Sorensen.
Their safety depth is decent.
Yeah, they have good
Yeah.
safety.
Tyron Matthew, Thornhill, Sorensen, Parks.
They re-signed Remmers, which is huge.
Oh,
Remmers
really?
sucks. It's good for the Broncos, I
Yeah,
mean.
that's what he said.
Um,
So now you don't have to deal with Fisher on the edge.
It's
Yeah.
true.
Mm.
And
Mike Remmers.
Von Miller loves Mike Remmers.
Oh yeah, ending his career with one game.
Yeah, he ended his. Well, Mike Remmers
Oh, that's
single-handedly.
right, that was the,
He
Yeah.
lost.
tackle in the Super
He lost
Bowl.
2 people in the Super Bowl.
Yep.
What?
He lost 2 Super Bowls
Who
for the
knows?
team.
Oh my God, you did.
Yeah.
Was it
he
Shaq Barrett reeking on him?
Yes, Shaq Barrett had a game in the Super
Yeah,
Bowl.
he did.
Mike Remmers is he must not like the big stage, I
He
guess.
does.
He's not a man.
Which is perfect for the team that's going to be there for the next 5 years.
Oh, this is interesting. They're not re-signing Anthony Sherman, the old trusted fullback.
The Hammerhead.
Yep.
The old.
They
What?
decided to get Jarek McKinnon from Florida.
That's a good one.
Their
Their running back core is weird to me. It's all like the same. All their players are like the same type of player.
yeah.
I don't like Clyde.
It looks like they got a different
Yeah.
fullback that they're riding with, Michael Burton from Saints. They did not re-sign Le'Veon Bell.
All right. So, what are your record predictions?
Probably like 14-3 because
I'm gonna go 15-2.
I'll go 14-3.
14-3 actually. Yeah. I
They'll
think
sit
they're
him
worse
at the
than
end of
I
the
think
year.
they're worse than they were last year.
They'll sit him for
Who
2
they?
years
Well,
anyway.
they only lost.
They only lost 1 game with Mahomes last year.
I just
I
think
don't know
so
who
the
they
Raiders.
lost. Really, that's a value that much. I mean,
Oh,
Sammy
Sammy
Watkins,
Watkins is a big loss.
Eric Fisher,
The
Mr.
Losing-
Schwartz.
yeah,
I
both
think the tackles
tackles.
would be
That's a
big.
huge
Yeah,
Bigger than they
except
think.
for they were terrible in the Super Bowl.
But they didn't
They didn't
play.
play.
Yeah.
That's the
It was
problem.
Remmers and.
Yeah.
Also, I
It
just don't
wasn't-
know if
yeah.
I just don't know if their defense is good enough to go 15-2. So I'm gonna say 14-3.
Yeah, I
that's
could
fair.
see them losing a few
Yeah.
odd games.
They had the consensus. Where are they? They on here? Wow, 14th best draft. I don't know about that, but I guess they got good value.
Yeah, they did.
Just not a lot of players.
I just can't. I can't believe the Broncos got the 11th. I was thinking top 10.
I was thinking top 5.
Really? I'd say like 6 or like. Honestly, top 5 I wouldn't be surprised, but 11 is kind of low. But anyways, 14-3 Chiefs.
So that will be the Chiefs. All right, so that's the third part of this episode since the Las Vegas Raiders. Yeah. Sneaker draft.
Terrible draft.
Yeah.
Sucked to be a Raiders fan. Yeah.
17 picked out.
If they like it, terrible value. Down.
I like him.
Yeah.
But you can snag it. I don't think so. Yeah, there's I mean, yeah, I can like them more trade down. I feel like they would have loved the outside too. It seems like a little bit of I don't feel like no, I don't know. Also, it's good between their second with just so many players. I think I can look at it. Calvin Johnson, They take Malcolm Coons.
Tamar Johnson. He's better than I think behind for sure. Yeah. I would still better than nobody question. We've never been on before. If you take 7 picks. That is insane. And then they go out of Massey, center. Very that's the first position that you got. No. Think about it. Interior offense. I think this is the worst I've ever seen in the NFL. Richie go under change up good. Those players might not even make a roster. He's average. You don't want him best any play. But then after they have to have at all. They're gonna get Shelby's gonna have and Draymond. And it's safe to say and really good at that. I think you have the rushing. Weird side. No. They feel really athletic. They love just grabbing. So, I don't know. Oh, they got Boone sauce. Oh, Dylan's. Go Cowboys. Oh, and Marcel. seventh round pick, or fifth round pick.
Really? Place at fourth.
He was fourth.
Wow, that's terrible. They got Hayward from the Chargers for 2.5. I like that. They Nick Martin. That's
I didn't
Marcus. They lost Jordan. We got John Brown for $3.7 million. That's great.
He's come up a lot.
Of course, they signed Kenyon Drake. They're giving him 5.5 instead of 7. 5.5.
He's a bad.
They said they might be one of the best. Solomon for 3 mil.
If he revives
You don't think? I don't agree. I think that's solid.
What if that's what he works out? Good job. If he doesn't I'm okay with that. But again, team is there's no plan.
Yeah. They basically re-signed to get him still. Lost about there.
I go.
Yeah, they were John Brown's spending money making a class.
Well, they got Trey. And Dylan Stoner. I think he can be a lot of he's a very similar center. It's actually a lot like that. That's a hard
Not a big offseason.
I think we're
division. We'll be passing.
What did it
They got that's
We lost the first game. I was actually
that's last. Yeah.
it was like the situation.
I know that's exactly that's why I was happy.
What was the record this year?
I think they're
The thing is, their offense. I think their offense is pretty good.
Yeah,
I mean, I like Derek Carr. He's
I like the other one too.
and I think that
They're
so they're ready.
and I think the receivers do better than they were playing all year though. And they defended the Chiefs. Yeah, they did.
How did they
That is 100%. But I don't think they're like 4. I think they're like 6 wins, 6 or 7.
I think
Yeah, I like 6 and 11.
Because I just kind of got Derek Carter really
I think Rodgers won through. Rodgers won through. Jared Wallace, still there. Jacobs. I guess. Oh, he does.
Tails.
11.
Look, coin. Yeah, that's coin.
The IR.
Yeah.
Alright, this is the fourth part, the final team in the AFC West, the Los Angeles Chargers.
Los Angeles.
I will still never remember to call them that, and always refer to them as San Diego. But yeah, Chargers. They had a good draft, I thought.
Yeah, I love their drafts.
They were ranked third in those composite rankings that we used, and I think that that's pretty fair. Not many bad picks, or really no bad picks.
Yeah, no. Started off, took Slater, Rashawn Slater, at 13 overall, which is wild, but he fell to them.
Yeah, I mean that's like the best case scenario, and I know that they wanted that to happen, and it became like increasingly more likely.
Yeah. And he'll be like their franchise left tackle.
Yeah, he's good.
They've got a good line now.
Nah.
Or all right.
No, it's just like their guards are terrible. Really
That's
bad.
true. O'Day, Obushi,
And Matt Feller.
Filer.
He was on the
But Brian
Chiefs last
Beluga,
year,
Rashawn Slater, and Corey Lindsley.
Malaga's pretty bad.
He's overrated for sure.
Yeah, he is
I
overrated,
think
but he's not.
Lindsey's overrated too. But
Yeah,
he's still
Lindsley
good.
Lindsley is very overrated.
He's still good though.
Yeah.
He was the All Pro last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, that should be. Either way,
Good line.
yeah, good line.
Good
but
pick, it's
Slater, you know, everyone's like, I think there's a couple. Is it Kuiper or someone? Was
Someone
like,
had it better than Penne.
Yeah, someone was like,
Yeah, there's
he's
a-
going to be a All Pro by the end of this year. So, and he was like, I'll bet anyone money on it. So I'd take that bet because I don't think that's going to happen.
People just
but
loved his tape against Chase Young,
Yeah, he played really well.
which
against
I
Chase
don't know if that's enough to warrant. Like, I don't think one game film, but he looked really good on the tape though.
He's a good player, and
Yeah.
he's like the most. He's like the Pat Surtain of tackles, where he's just really technically sound.
I'd love to see him move the guard.
Really.
Really.
I think he'd be.
I mean, actually,
I think he'd be like one of the best guards ever.
I think it'd be a good tackle.
Yeah,
I
he's-
love that.
Tackle's
theory.
more important
I love
than
that
guard.
theory.
That's what I was. Yeah, because a lot of scouts said that he'd probably kick in because he's only 6'3",
That's
right?
true.
He's
yeah,
6'4".
not-
6'4", 304.
I think he's 6'3".
This one says 6'3", 315.
Yeah.
So he fluctuates.
He does. He fluctuates in height and weight.
All right, but then second round they get Asante Samuel
Yeah.
Jr.
That's a
great pick.
Great pick.
Good pick, yeah.
Position of need too.
Yep. Because they lost Hayward and King, I want to say, or do they still have Justin King?
They got Chris Harris still.
Chris Harris, Michael Davis, and then I guess Asante Samuel. But the thing is, you have two slot guys now.
The real thing that we need to look at here is
That's not that bad. That's pretty.
It's
is-
not bad, but like it's going to be tough to play against the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Because
have
Harris
no
isn't
depth.
great. Harris has lost a step. He's not fast. He's not as fast as he was. He can't
He's
cover out
aging.
wide.
Yeah,
He is.
he's not very good. Yeah.
Michael Davis can do it, but
Michael
He's
Davis
gonna
is
have to
good.
step up though, because he'll be the number 2 corner.
yeah.
Who? Asante Samuel or
Mike Davis, Asante will be the third.
And I guess you could play Asante Samuel.
Their
on the
corners
line.
are all right. I'd say they're average.
They're not bad, yeah.
I'd say a little bit below average.
Really? I think they're average. Chris Harris is still good,
Yeah.
but
But he's definitely not.
the real concern is that the Cowboys took Kelvin Joseph over Asante Samuel Jr. Just 3
I
picks
like,
ahead.
I like Kelvin
Charlie
Joseph.
likes him.
Yeah, well, Asante Samuel Jr. is
Yeah, I
Probably
like
fair,
Asante.
but
I
it depends,
like
it depends
him
like
more
what you're
too.
looking for.
Yeah, I guess.
Like Kelvin Joseph is going to be your sort of classic outside tight end or tight end, geez, corner,
just-
not a tight end.
Did you see all those coincidences? I think me and you talked about it, where the Chargers drafted like the Bucks.
Oh, with the one with the Bucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, my gosh, it was crazy. It's
Yeah.
like both picked a tackle, 13th
the-
overall.
Yeah, they have the
Then-
same record too.
Then
the
in the
0-4.
second round, they both grab a
The Super Bowl is happening in their
Yes,
corner
they
with
were-
the, yeah, the corner with the dad. who
yeah
played
with the
in
dad who's
NFL.
played in the NFL.
Or defensive back, I guess.
Oh yeah. Oh my god.
There's something else.
I think the dad, and it's like a Pro Bowl dad too.
Yeah.
It's not just like a dad.
So,
The corner with
I
the
think
dad.
that's a huge
It's a
advantage.
lot of coincidences.
I think when a corner has a dad who's played in the NFL, that's such a big advantage for them.
It does help.
Well,
'Cause-
no, well, obviously.
Yeah, I know, but
I
Well,
mean,
I
they
mean, all the
they're
corners
growing
this
up
year.
with former professional players.
yeah.
I mean,
So I think this year, I think the corner class this year is going to be pretty good, or at least
It's
very
kind of
top
top heavy.
heavy.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
Nice.
yeah, I mean, because I know Pat Surtain talks about that a lot, where if he doesn't understand something, he can just talk
well,
to his
yeah,
dad.
it's for like any position.
Yeah, and I mean, his dad was his coach throughout his entire career.
Yeah.
As long, yeah.
And probably most of these people
Yeah.
who have dads who are in the NFL
Then
were coached by them. So
they didn't follow Asante Samuel's pick with wide receiver Josh Palmer at Tennessee.
Good pick.
That's a great
He
pick.
burned Pat Surtain in the Tennessee game a couple times. Pat Surtain couldn't get his hands on him.
He's a great weapon for
Yeah, he is.
Kirby.
Yeah,
Kirby's
and
gonna-
Herbert. Yeah, I agree. It's a great weapon for Herbert because Herbert likes to throw. His current receivers are really good for Herbert.
Yeah.
Just like how Mahomes' receivers are really well suited for Mahomes.
He's got a lot of guys that can do different things.
Exactly.
Like,
They
cover every base.
And they're big jump up guys. They can
Yeah,
get
they
the
got-
50-50 balls, which Justin Herbert just throws a lot of 50-50 balls, and he needs the big guys to sort of get
The
up.
Hunter Henry loss will really affect him, though, I
Yeah.
think.
really effective.
Well,
Oh yeah,
and-
he's every single time I talk to Sean about the Chargers, he's really big on the biggest second-year regression ever is coming
Yeah.
from Justin Herbert. That's
Yeah.
what he always tells me.
I'd love to see it.
I think
I'd love to see it as well.
I think
but-
like 10 or 12 touchdowns would come down from what he did
10,
last year.
30. Well, I guess that's what's 31. He's
And I think
close, so
he'll have double-digit picks.
that's fair. He threw a lot of interceptable balls.
Yeah, and also I think the crowd noise is really gonna mess with him.
That's a good point. I didn't think about that. That's gonna.
Him,
be a
it's gonna
problem.
affect a lot of young QBs, but him more than others personally, I think.
Yeah. He likes to think.
Yeah, he's not.
He's
very,
a thinker.
He's a pretty quiet guy. too.
Yeah, I agree that going from Hunter Henry to an old Jared Cook is not.
not
Yeah.
the same.
Well, but then they get Trey McKitty in the third round as well. Who,
Could have had Brevin Jordan.
yeah, I know.
Better tight ends there.
Bad class to pick a tight end. Too.
yeah, it's not-
terrible tight end class.
Who else was there? This John Bidd. Oh yeah.
But
Just basically Brevin Jordan. But wow, yeah, the Chiefs picked Noah Gray over Brevin.
they could have
Jordan.
gotten Quinn Miners instead of Trey McKitty.
Yeah, but they have.
Yeah, but put him at guard.
That's
Yeah, they still filled a position. only.
OJ Abushi.
J2
Who is
Fele.
that?
You love J2 Fele.
I do like Jason Fele.
He's there. But they got Tillery.
He sucks.
You don't like Tillery?
Tillery Clinton.
Yes, that's a bust.
Did you say Tillery Clinton?
I'm kidding.
Oh, they've got Braden Fajoku.
It's Jerry Tillery.
I'm
They
kidding.
got Braden Fajoku.
Mm,
I like him.
I know you do.
He's not Polynesian. No, but he did the haka in the Hard Knocks last year. He's a nice guy. Yeah,
oh.
my cousin knows him really well, just randomly.
Cool cousin alert. This guy.
I don't know why
This
that.
This guy's
is
got a
thing.
cool
Cool cousin alert.
I don't know why it's a thing.
You should try to meet up with him.
Braden Fajoku.
Yeah.
Get him on the show.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we could get him as a guest speaker.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Anywho, that's yeah. I mean, I don't really know much about Trey McKitty. While we're
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's not great.
yeah, but again, you picked him over Brevin Jordan.
Yeah. I don't know how he fell. I don't know
Why
what
did he fall?
He fell to the fifth.
I know.
Why?
Again, Chiefs picked Noah Gray over Brevin
Yeah.
Jordan.
That one, go Duke, but
Head
still.
scratcher.
And then this pick I love. Speaking of go Duke,
Yeah.
Chris Rumpf. I like him a lot.
He's good.
He
Was
did really
had a
well
big
2 years ago.
Yeah.
Last
2
year
years ago.
not as good, but
Yeah. He's like a Greg Rousseau where
Yeah, I
he-
like him.
big year and then progressed a little bit, but
long, very long. And,
yeah.
like
I think that's good.
he's got a good length, and I think that'll help him a lot.
If Jerry Tillery doesn't work, you also lost Melvin Ingram.
Yeah, where is he?
He is working out for the Jags.
For the Jags?
I thought they were interested in him. He's still a free agent, though,
Wow.
which is wild because he's better than that. But he should be signed somewhere.
For sure.
He's a good player. Then you got Brendan Jaimes. It's looks like James.
Gem.
But it's James.
Gem in French.
Yeah, it's like
Gem.
Jaime. So they were very particular about that on the draft show. They're like, it's Jaime, not
Jaime.
Himes or James.
Brandon Jaime.
Yeah, Himes or something. I don't know. He's a guy that is a kind of similar to like your Spencer Brown type, where he's a big, really athletic guy, but you could develop him, and he's already at guard.
Give me this.
So you don't even need to move him.
Yeah.
You already have him over there.
They could really use guards too. Maybe he could get a start.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The guards are awful.
Again, he's behind Ode Abushi, so I've never heard that guy's name in my life.
Yeah, they're terrible. Their guards.
Honestly, wouldn't be surprised if Brendan Jaimez starts this year. That would not surprise me at all. Then I took Nick Nieman. I really like this pick.
I like guys at Iowa in general. I feel like all the
Yeah,
guys picked out of Iowa always pan out somewhat.
He's a physical. He's really smart with how he plays. He's just not as athletic as he. But if he were like slightly more athletic, he'd be, a top pick. But he has a really high game IQ.
Yeah, and they get him in the 6th.
Yeah, and so if he can sort of just develop and work behind, I guess. They don't have good linebackers either.
They got what was that guy's name? Kennedy.
Kenneth Murray. who's
Kenneth Murray.
decent. Yeah, he had a good
Kenneth
year.
Murray's good.
Then they got Kazir White and Uchenna Nwosu.
He's kind of a bit of bust.
Yeah. So I mean,
I also got Bosa.
they do have those. But yeah, I mean, I like this pick though, Nick Nieman. I think he may end up. He's a guy like Brandon Jaimez who may end up starting. Should he start on most teams? No, but they just don't have the depth in front of him, and he'll improve because of the reps that he's given, and because of the strength.
So you think he's gonna be a day one starter?
No.
Oh.
Just over the course of the season. I think he'll play more.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Then later in the 6th round, pick number 198, they picked Larry Roundtree, the third out of Missouri, running back. I thought this was a good pick. I don't know what you guys think.
I mean, it's like I feel like they always bring in all these.
They need a running back.
They always, yeah. I mean, there's Eckler, and then there's always
It's
like a
just
committee
Eckler.
of like
Yeah.
3 other backs that are just decent.
That's true.
So maybe they're just gonna add Larry Roundtree into that.
And it's weird because they drafted Joshua Kelly last year.
Yeah, and who is the other?
Justin Jackson.
Yeah, Justin Jackson, Joshua Kelly. I don't know if they retained both.
They do.
Oh, yeah, so.
Still there, yeah.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with this. A special teamer probably.
Yeah. He's fairly large.
Yeah.
Yeah, 5'11",
And then-
211.
Then Mark Webber, corner out of Georgia. A lot of this Georgia corner.
They had a good secondary.
Yeah. They might have all gotten drafted.
Yeah, you had
All their
Tyson
corners.
Campbell, Webb,
Stokes.
DJ Daniel didn't get drafted, but he got signed as
Wow.
a free
I
agent.
don't know if they did.
He's, again, one of my favorites, but yeah,
You like him? Didn't you say you liked him more than Tyson Campbell?
I think he could be better than Tyson Campbell. I think Stokes is still probably the best, but that's crazy. Tyson Campbell was the number 2 corner recruit in his high school class, and the number 1 was Pat Surtain, and they were on the same high school team.
Really? Wow.
Like in the country.
What high school?
It was in Florida, and Pat Surtain's dad, or I guess Pat Surtain, was the coach.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
They had the number 1 and the number 2 corner. That's
Mhm.
crazy.
Pat Surtain.
Yeah. It's just the football talent in Florida is just dwarfs the
Yeah, you see the.
3 tight ends that we have coming out of Colorado.
Did you see
every
Jerry
year.
Judy's little interview where they talked about him and Pat Surtain?
I did not.
They go way back apparently. Pat
Another from
Surtain was
Florida.
running back on their little league.
Huh.
Just like
Another
They made
crazy
it.
little league.
Yeah, that he said he's best running back in the country. And then he proceeded to say no cap.
Why would we assume it was Cap?
That's what Jerry Judy decided to tell us.
He knew we would assume he
Yeah,
was
he-
lying.
He seemed, yeah. Him and Sertan probably good friends. They gone through the ladder together.
Life. They did life together.
Yeah, they've done life together. So that'll be fun.
As far as UDFAs go, nothing notable. They got a guy, Forrest Morrell from Arkansas State, who a defensive lineman. A lot of people, again, thought he could have been drafted. Good value there. They also signed this guy, Amen Ogbong Beminja.
Oh, out of Oklahoma State?
Yeah.
He's really good. Yes.
I remember the Broncos did an interview
He's
with
kind
him.
of. I think he's like AJ Johnson.
That's very true. He
That's
cannot
who
cover.
plays like, yeah.
It's pretty fun. So
But he's great at like tackling and like inside the box.
But he also
linebacker.
doesn't like if the play is like right next to him, he's gonna be great. But he won't go and like
He's
track.
not very rangy, but
Yeah, but it's an interesting
I
because
like
I
him.
remember him because I remember the Broncos did an interview with him before the draft, and he was like one of their first interviews, and so I wanted to see how good he was, and it's like, oh, he's all right, but I don't know. He could do. He has a role that he could fill maybe, as AJ Johnson. But that's kind of it for the free agents.
yeah.
We have Nick.
Their free agency. So they lost Melvin Ingram's UFA.
Oh wait, hang on. We should grade the draft first.
Oh yeah,
We
yeah,
should, yeah.
I'll go A.
Okay,
yeah. A. Close to
draft.
being an A plus.
really good draft. Just didn't miss.
Yeah,
as
they
far as
did
we can
really.
tell now.
All right, so they lost most likely Melvin Ingram. Lost Casey Hayward. Lost Hunter Henry. Signed Corey Linsley for $12.5 million a year for a center.
An old one too.
Yeah,
he's like 29 or
he's 30.
he's 30. Wow, that is.
How long is that contract?
It's probably 4 years.
Oof.
That's my guess.
Oof.
You think 4 years?
Well, that's still a lot of money.
Wow. Yeah, 5 years.
Whoa.
I was gonna say 5, low-key. So he'll be
But you did.
he'll be 35, making 11.5 million.
Jesus.
That guy is.
I wonder if they have an out.
13 million signing bonus.
Yeah, but it won't change the fact that he'll be making 11.5.
Highest paid center.
Jesus.
He's not the highest paid center.
That's what it says.
Frank Ragnar's the highest paid center.
Did he
He is
just get
now.
signed?
Yeah.
He is now.
Okay,
See
then,
this
yeah.
article must
So
be
he's
right.
second
Second
highest paid.
highest.
That's a big
Um,
contract.
Yeah, I don't understand paying a center that much.
I understand Ragnar. Ragnar's really good.
Yeah, right.
Or running.
But not-
Or
And
someone
he's
who's
young.
young, but he's 30 in a 5-year contract, so he'll be 35.
Yeah, that's a
And
terrible. contract.
that's risky, I think.
It's awful.
Um,
Good player.
And
Awful
he's
contract.
overrated.
Yeah.
Which we
Then they
certainly-
Still
decided
good,
to
though.
go and sign another old guy, Jared Cook, who's 34.
And he's gonna be their starting tight end.
Yeah,
They
he-
should have.
They gave him
They should have kept
4.5
Hunter
million a
Henry.
year.
Hunter
For how
Henry
many
could have
years?
been their guy.
Sorry to keep making
You're
you
good.
do that. I don't know about that one. Yeah, I guess he should have gone.
It's
yeah,
only 1
he-
year.
Okay. That's fine.
So it's probably just
They're waiting for Trey McKitty to be good, I guess.
yeah, it's a bridge tight end.
Yeah, I don't know.
Lost Denzel Perryman, lost Tyrod Taylor. The only person who they paid a good amount of money really this free agency was Matt Filer. The Steelers.
He's average to below average.
Yeah, re-signed Michael Davis. And that's essentially it. So,
It's not a-
in my opinion, not a good free agency.
Yeah.
They lost a lot of people and they didn't really get.
Mm-hmm.
Lost Rashawn Jenkins.
Pretty bad, but yeah, oh well.
I didn't know he got paid. He's getting paid $9 million a year. But yeah, nothing exciting really.
Yeah, I agree.
Record projections.
What were they last year? They were 7-9.
8-9.
Yeah, I just don't see them.
We're 7-10 actually.
I'm gonna go with 8-9. I just don't see them improving.
Yeah, 8 and 9.
And they consistently underperform too. I mean, granted, they're gonna get Derwin James back. That's gonna help, but their secondary is pretty blah because it's just old guys. Sancho Samuel.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just I don't see much room for
They don't-
improvement there.
They're in a weird position, I think. They have a good amount of old people.
Yeah.
And then they also have young.
They're like kind of in a win now mode.
Yeah.
Really.
They can't win now. Like,
Exactly. Like they're in a win now, but they can't.
yeah, I don't know what they're doing really.
It's.
They gotta just. They
And
got
again,
Herbert now, so.
They always seem to get hurt and underperform.
Yeah, actually,
That's the
they
other
have
issue.
terrible luck. I feel
Yeah.
for Chargers fans.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
It's tough. But yeah,
Sweet.
that would be the Chargers. All right, so once again, we're gonna wrap up our episode with just a quick talk about some other sports. You know, we finished the AFC West draft and such, so this is sort of just our opinion on some. I think we'll touch on some basketball and maybe a little bit of hockey, but we'll sort of see what happens.
So,
Yeah.
the Nuggets
The
1-1
Nuggets.
in the series with the Trailblazers. Lost the first game, won the second.
Because Carmelo Anthony decided to like. He
Melo.
had like 4 threes in a row in the first row. It's just ridiculous.
Well, what's his name? Dame had 8 threes.
Dame was insane.
Oh
Dame was
my.
in the
just-
first half.
I don't know how they lost with Dame going crazy like that.
Mhm. Well, it's the future MVP.
Dame.
Nikola Jokic.
He doesn't deserve it though.
Oh yeah,
Oh
well
my
he put up
God.
38 points.
Give it to Westbrook.
Give it to Westbrook.
Westbrook.
Dame dropped 42.
Are you kidding?
I am not kidding.
Dude, he carried them into the playoffs. The fact that he got the Wizards in the playoffs
So
is
did
baffling.
I mean, Jokic carried us to a 3 seed.
Yeah, but there's more around Jokic.
Okay, so but again, it's relative. The Nuggets overperformed because of Jokic.
They
The
didn't
Wizards
overperform.
overperformed because of
Well, yeah,
Westbrook.
well, they're
But they also
about
had Beal.
But they're about to lose this playoff series to the Blazers.
Beal's better than the Jokic or than the.
They could lose this.
They could.
They don't have.
I
Jamal.
can't see him getting out of the
I
West.
think no, they're not.
Not
gonna
this
get
year.
out of the
They
West.
won't win the West.
Or
I think they could win the series.
Like they can win the series.
You just
yeah, they definitely can win the series. I don't think
Yeah.
they will.
You don't think they will?
because I mean the team that they'd play after this is either the Suns or the Lakers, who are both better teams than the Nuggets.
They could beat the Lakers, low key. Lakers been playing like crap.
Yeah, Lakers have none. Except for some reason, Nuggets always play terrible against the Lakers.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
I think we beat the Suns.
Suns are nasty. The
D-Book.
Suns would kill the Nugs.
I don't know. Booker and Paul was just disgusting.
Yeah.
And Aiden's had a good year.
They have a good team.
I don't know that much about basketball in all honesty.
But I know quite a
You do?
bit.
Okay.
Nuggets
That's why I
played the
stopped
Suns
talking
3 times this year.
No, keep talking. You actually do know a good amount. You probably know
They-
as much as me.
They won 2 of the games, lost 1.
Sound like
That's
that.
not really a big teller. Yeah, Nikola just needs to keep putting up like 38 points if we have to win the series.
Nicole Jokic.
I don't know if we will. It's tough without Jamal. We don't have another scorer. I mean, Michael Porter Jr.
He's so inconsistent though.
He's been he picked it up for a while.
He
but
could,
now-
he's gonna be good at some point.
Yeah.
But he just needs
I
to
think he's pretty good
figure
right
it out.
now.
No, he's great now. I'm just saying like he'll be like consistently
yeah.
good.
Hopefully
at
he'll
some
be
point.
consistent.
It's
He's
just iffy.
He takes a lot of not good shots.
He's like 5 of 13 the other night or
Yeah.
7. I don't know. It's
He
bad.
just pulls it when he wants to.
Yeah.
But yeah, Dame. We don't really have an answer for Dame. He dropped 42 last game,
Who
and
do they have guarding him?
Faku.
I know. Yeah,
Faku.
Faku.
Oh, yeah.
Faku guarded him the first
That's
game.
crazy. Why would that? That's
'Cause
bad.
you don't have any other guards. Bill Barton's hurt. PJ Dozier's hurt.
You can't put Faku on him.
Faku's
Faku's
not hurt.
scrappy. Faku can't defend like when
He just pisses
Dame
people
shoots,
off,
but
yeah.
he can get his hands
He gets
in
a bunch
there.
of steals too.
Yeah, he gets some steals. It's tricky. I don't know who we would have guard him. I mean, Aaron Gordon's too slow.
Yeah.
Yeah, losing Gary Trent hurt.
Austin Rivers sucks at defense.
Or not Gary Trent.
Gary Harris.
Gary Harris.
Oh yeah, that's huge.
Well, yeah.
It's really
I think we
funny.
got Aaron Gordon.
It's like-
That was a funny.
I think we're more concerned about like small forward / shooting guard, like big shooting guard.
Aaron Gordon is not
Defense.
a shooting guard.
He can cover shooting guards.
Oh. Maybe.
Yeah, he covered shooting guards in the season.
Maybe big ones.
But
Like McCollum.
Yeah,
Is he guarding McCollum?
What?
Who's guarding McCollum?
I think Austin Rivers.
They
What?
played tonight, right?
Yeah.
Is Nurkic going crazy?
Going crazy.
Nurkic,
Going crazy.
not really. 7 points last game.
The game before that, he had 16. So, looks like Jokic is doing his job defensively. Or they're just feeding it through Dame. Which is
Yeah.
probably the right thing to do.
Yeah.
Melo had 18 off the bench the first game. Second game,
Yeah, actually, the Nuggets are probably going to take this series.
Melo had 5.
Yeah, that was the thing. Is like Melo was just I think he had like 15 points in like
Melo's a teller.
5 minutes of
Other
playing.
than- Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, this isn't
Yeah,
gonna
he went
last.
full on revenge game.
Yeah, he did. And then he dropped 5. This will be tricky. I could see us losing. I think this series will go the distance. I could see it going 7, at least 6.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I mean, we got. I
Any
love this. We
project-
got 2 Colorado sports that are.
Yeah, but
Fun
the
to
Avs
watch.
have a legitimate shot to win.
They do.
Yeah,
they do. And they better.
Yeah.
Just waiting for Vegas to pull it out.
Mm-hmm.
If Vegas, do they play tonight?
Vegas does play tonight against the Wild in Game 6.
Would you be mad if the Wild won this next game?
No.
Yeah, because I'd rather play the Wild.
That'd be fun. Do you think there will be any Game 7s
Yeah.
in hockey?
I think Nashville, Carolina could go to
Could,
seven.
which is really surprising because.
Yeah. Who else? I really
Islanders,
thought.
Islanders Pens could go.
Yeah,
So,
that one could. I think the Islanders are going to finish them off, though.
Today?
Maybe the Panthers and Lightning.
Yeah, Spencer Knight
Who-
stands on his head.
Are the Avs the only team that swept?
No.
No, the
Winnipeg Jets swept the
somehow.
Oilers.
Your Winnipeg Jets.
Yeah.
They swept who?
Like who says that, Jesse?
Jesse Pollock. And,
I don't know how I knew. How did you know I knew that?
Huh?
That's
'Cause I know
crazy.
you watch Buck
Oh, you do. Your Winnipeg Jets.
Your Winnipeg Jets.
Who'd they
I
play?
do like the Winnipeg Jets. I gotta say, I was kind of happy to see them because I like a
Yeah,
lot of their
they're
players.
not. They should not have been able to sweep
No, absolutely
Edmonton.
not.
That's
It was
hilarious.
like the most bunk sweep I've ever seen.
I think it puts McDavid's future in question.
Yeah. Well, it was what they won like 3 overtime games in a row to finish it out.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous. 1 in triple overtime. I mean, I do like a lot of the players on that team though. Kyle
Yeah.
Connor's awesome.
I like Scheifele.
Scheifele's great. Stasny.
Yeah, that was
course.
great. Hellebuck is best
Dirty.
goalie in the NHL.
I like Heinola. I don't know.
Oh,
his first name.
Vilhenola?
Yeah.
Or V.
But they never play him,
Villanova?
so.
Yeah, well, he's young.
I know, but like he's like a bull type thing for the Nuggets, where it's like everyone wants to see him play, and they just don't give him minutes.
They drafted someone good in the first round this year.
Cole Perfetti,
Yeah.
he's nice.
So they'll have him in probably another 1 year.
Yeah, that's nice. I mean, their forwards are ridiculous. They just have no defense.
Yeah, I know. Their defense is terrible. Who's their best defender? Morrissey?
Or Pionk.
Oh, yeah, they
He was
have
okay
Pionk.
this year.
Yeah, Pionk.
Yeah.
I feel like they've never really had a really good defenseman.
So when's the earliest the Avs could play?
Vegas could end this series. I guess Sunday. No. What day is it today?
Vegas could end it today.
Wednesday.
Wednesday. So Vegas could end it today or Friday, I guess. And then we'd get it to, so the latest we'd play would be Sunday. Right?
Do you think that helps, having a break?
Yeah, as long as it's not too long. I prefer that Vegas actually wins tonight or the Wild win, but I don't want to play Vegas. I mean, unless the Wild just like beat them up. But you don't want to have Vegas get momentum from like winning a Game 7, especially if they play really well, and then Vegas comes in and we're sort of soft because we've rested for a week. That would freak me out a little bit. But honestly, I'll take the rest.
So would you rather they get, like the Avs took it to like Game 6 instead of swept?
No, because I don't want to give the Blues any chance. And I like sweeping them. It was fun because I hate the Blues.
No, but no.
But no,
I
from
know,
this-
I know. Yeah, for in terms of just like being ready for the next.
Yeah, realistically, I think it would have been better if they. But again, you don't want to risk an injury. So no.
Okay.
I'd say just win when you can. Yeah, because you don't want to like get McKinnon hurt, and they were already getting chippy in that last game. I mean, they put a stick into McKinnon's face.
Yeah, I
and,
saw that.
Played in the fourth game, so
Yeah, that was violent.
yeah, you just don't want to see it. Yeah. I think we're good.
Thanks
All
for
right,
joining us on the 4th episode of the IR Guys.
The IR guys.